Alright guys, I'm back here on Fishing Planet. I've entered the Blaze the Maze, and we're going to give that one a try. I haven't put that one up on my channel yet, so we got a couple rods and reels we're going to set up here. I'm going to have shrimp on one and blood on the other. Make sure that I do have everything set up correctly. And I'm going to want a... what is this one here? Take that off. We're going to put the... sure we got everything here. We're going to want to start out with a small. I do want a small hook for that. Make sure that I've read these rules correctly and go over these with you guys real quick. You're hunting for the biggest fish and the smallest fish. You're looking for, again, a gap difference between the two. Now, the details, all those fish count, but everybody's going to be going for the bigger, the shark on this. Now, some people might go for the Rapaima, but everybody's basically just going to be going for the sharks. So you want the biggest or the longest fish that you can get, and the smallest, which is usually the raku or the banded. One of those two. I generally try to get a small one first. And again, the goal is the maximum weight difference between the smallest and largest fish in your keep net at the end of the competition. So make sure you do have a keep net. And this one you can actually use your boat, but no rod stand. So again, I just want to make sure I had everything with me before we enter into this and see what kind of luck we can have. And again, it's kind of a total luck thing as well, depending on how big of a shark that you do get. So I'll just kind of give you the basic idea, like I have in all my comps, and no guarantees other than it should be fun. They usually are. And you could also come in here and your trophy, if you end up getting lucky enough and you get a trophy bull shark, it might only be 300 pounds, so you just never know. And I want to say, what spot was that I went to? Was it here, the Banded Temple? Alright, we'll go ahead and, this is an hour long, so I will join into this here. And I want to say, was it this one or this one? Where's the church at? I'm actually going to go right to the church. Again, bloodworms, redworms, that sort of thing. And I'm just going for a really small fish first to get me started. And then we'll go from there. But I'm just going to stick at that same 27. I'm just going to cast out here. You guys probably don't need a mark. You can get them anywhere. We could probably go right here, to be honest with you. I think I've caught a raccoon and stuff here before. So, again, be a little patient, but you don't want to take too much time. But just so your score is not messed up, just try to get you a small fish first, Oscar. Any one of those varieties will kind of help you. Ultimately, what's going to matter is your biggest fish. So, unless you had one of those weird decimal point issues at the end where you guys are really close. Good evening, Dutch, my man. Welcome back, welcome back. Again, this is an hour long, but it can go fairly quick too, so you want to be a little bit of patience. Yeah, this one can be total luck here. It's not a total weight thing, it's just trying to get the biggest one and the smallest one. You ever played in this? Yeah, good. Thanks for wishing me luck. You ever played in this one, Dutch? It'd be nice if we could at least just get an Araku here, so. Of course they're going to do this to me. Yeah, it's kind of like the Nile Emperor, so to speak. You're just looking for a big one and a small one. In other words, you want biggest shark you can get. The little one usually doesn't come into play, so whatever I get here, hopefully it doesn't take you more than 4 or 5 minutes. Preferably quicker, but you just have to see what happens, so. I know I can get a shark. If I can't get a small fish, that's going to be embarrassing, guys. And I normally don't get embarrassed. If you've noticed by feeling my past streams, I've entered in some of those comps just to help people out and just put myself through the humiliation of not knowing what's going on and just giving them a base idea. But yeah, it'd be great if we could just at least get a small fish. 'Cause I know I can get a shark. If I can't get a small fish, that's going to be embarrassing, guys. And I normally don't get embarrassed. If you've noticed by feeling my past streams, I've entered in some of those comps just to help people out and just put myself through the humiliation of not knowing what's going on and just giving them a base idea. But yeah, it'd be great if we could just at least get a small fish. Come on, Fishing Planet. We got bloodworms on, guys. Bloodworms. There should be something all over this. Again, if you notice, I quick set that. Since I heard the ding, I just started reeling to save you guys some time. Now, I could probably get a smaller fish if I get in desperation, but it's a 0.6. We'll take it. From that point in, you guys just kind of give them the tutorial on how to do this. This gets you a small fish in the bank to save yourself time later. I have that, and then I do have 2 rods set up. I'd mentioned the Troy before. A lot of people know about the Troy. If you want to try to do it legit way in the future, you can use this, but you normally don't get a good bite rate. Anybody that's fished with match rods here also know that these get stuck on the ground. So for whatever reason, some guy figured this out way before me. But since it's a float rods only, a lot of the people are going to be using these Troy, so I got to try to join along with them. Even though Fishing Planet, I would much rather you make a tournament where we had to catch them with sharks. Keynote for any of the developers that watch this, get rid of the Troy, wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. Without further ado, we are going for a shark. Now, keynote on this Blaze the Maze. You play Fishing Planet 6 years with 3 accounts. Nice, Kinski. So you're a grinder, dude. You know, you played in this one before, my man. But this peak too, guys. This isn't the best peaks for sharks, so it could be a little slow. You just never know what's going to happen. Again, you guys following along on my channel. Just putting these up through my experience, giving you a little bit of knowledge what I can. I did just start playing in comps. I'm a well-experienced player in the game. I'm a grinder. I know how to catch all kinds of fish, but coming into these comps, it's been difficult, so I kind of started the channel to help my friends and fellow players alike. So, any of you guys tune in, welcome to the stream first time. If not, I'm sure I got a lot of guys that's been here. And again, that's awesome, Kensky. You've been playing for 6 years. I think I've been playing for about 2.5 or 3, somewhere in there. So we'll start out here and kind of see. This peak is a little, could be a little slow, and then again you could, in other words, you could go through, you might get 1 trophy, you might get 2 trophies, you might get 3 trophies in an hour, you never know, or you could get 0 at all. Hopefully that's not the case. In other words, it's kind of a lucky comp, because you never know what kind of size the shark it'll give you. This spot's fairly active fast, and let's see if he's going to be a nibbler. That'll happen to you a lot. Sometimes you get really lucky, and that means it's a bigger shark if it does come back for it. And if you're unlucky, he's just going to sit there and nibble and waste up your time keeping you here on this spot. Anybody that's fished for sharks will know exactly what I'm talking about. These things do this to me a lot, but it's been in my experience. 7 out of 10 that do that to you, it's a trophy, either wanting you to change something or wanting you to be patient. And then there's that other 30% where it could just be a little tiny one just holding you up at a spot longer than you want it to. So again, entirely up to you. I do narrate these as I go, and I save them on my channel. So and you guys tuning in, if you look down through my channel on live, if it says comp or it says Fishing Planet Live and it has Neherrin Minimal or Don't Bully Me Shark or now Blaze the Maze, it's the first time I put that up. I put that up on there just kind of as a walk along, just to help a guy out that's never played in something like this, to give you a basic strategy, marks, as well as just kind of how to navigate the map and the comp itself, so to speak. I don't claim to be the best in the game or the worst, probably somewhere in the middle. And every once in a while I will put up a good score. Once I get all these up on my channel, I'll kind of give you my top 5 or 8 that I like, as well as the ones that I don't like, just to kind of save you yourself. And again, some of those comps, if you don't think you like them and you're not sure, look through my channel. Some of them you'll find that are really horrible, that I had no fun whatsoever, but I went ahead and put it up on the channel anyway. Those there you could click on, fast forward, and say, okay, I will never play in that road. Thank you for putting that up. That was horrible. So I've also did a lot of those for you guys as well. But this one's usually fun, just kind of depending on your bite rate. As you can see, we've already missed one, come up and nibbled. So A, is he going to keep me here longer than I wanted him to? B, is he the trophy that I should sit out and wait, because you never know if a 425 pounder could come up right there. That's, again, all gut decisions, all instinct plays on your part. I'm a type of person, I hate sitting on dead fishing, so I try to be patiently impatient. I know you guys probably heard me say that before, but a lot of these comps, it's kind of on how you're going to rotate and just gut instinct. So in this situation, what I've done, I've had a nibble here. I do set up 2 different rods to save myself a little time. I've unequipped everything else. I got one with blood, and then I got one with shrimp. That's my favorite 2 go-tos. Honorable mention as well, I like meat chunk, large cut bait, anything else that you may like. Oh, hey Johnson, buddy, how you doing? I'm back in the comp grind, putting some stuff up for people. Good to see you, man. Yeah, he might be. I haven't talked to D in a couple days, Kinski. And good seeing you, Johnson. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Yeah, I assume he would be, man. You know, I kind of count on D too whenever I can't play and I get stuck at work or doing something else. Like I said, I've always enjoyed watching D's Universe's stream. I also enjoy Bubbles Way. I don't know if you guys ever watch Bubbles Way. I like his streams as well. I think he's been starting to play Fishing Plan a little more. He does play some other games. I do stop in and say hi to him on occasion, even on some of the games I don't have in common with him. Again, we're probably approximately 6 minutes into this spot. That's usually kind of my cutoff. I'll give it just a little more time because we did have a nibble here. And again, this is not the best peak for sharks. Yeah, you like Bubbles Way too, Kinski? Yeah, I like Bubbles Way. He helped me back when I first started playing the game on the Dedro spoon, man. I think it was Mudwater. That's the first time I ever YouTubed Fishing Planet stuff. I was so mad. I was trying to do it myself. I couldn't get the dang bark off of that tree at Mudwater, bro. It was pissing me off, and I ended up pulling up how to get the Dedro, the bark for the Dedro spoon there at Mudwater, and sure enough, there was Bubbles Way. So I ended up, he was kind of my go-to on for the longest time on missions, and I enjoyed watching his streams. And as you can see, I'm having a chess match with, I think that might be a trophy. He's came up and nibbled twice. Again, I'm torn in my head. You guys will find these same decisions. You know, just know when to hold them and know when to fold them. But the name of this one, you try to get, it's not as many shark as you can catch. You're looking for that quality shark to put you up there. As you can see, there's a 413 pounder on the board. And that's what we're trying to hope to get. But no guarantees. This guy's nibbled me 3 times now. Does that mean he's a 400 pounder? I don't know. It could be a 125 pound shark wasting my time. As well as yours. Now, is he telling me I need to switch the bait again? I've went from shrimp to blood. Does he want the meat chunk? Does he want the huge cut bait? What does he want? But he's there. He's playing me for a fool, guys. What does this guy want? Does he want the bobber to be teased a little bit here? Am I going to spook him? And I am fishing with 13-pound line on a Troy. I do not want him to get too far away. I am going to reel a bit of this line in. And I'm going to try to pull the bobber over with the trolling motor, but I'm going to put the bail down. So if he does bite, I don't spook him. I'll try to get that in place, let it drift across. But I can't put my whole comp on just one guy sitting here, so if he can't bite here in a couple minutes, I'm going to have to bail on him. Hey, hello, Tattoo. Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Trying to pull the shark in. That is a 365 pounder. That's a good shark, but that's not going to be a winner. But as you guys can see, just to prove my point, you see how nibblers do that to you? That's what he'll do. It's a trophy. We'll sit there and play with these things. I've fished for sharks quite a bit, whether it's on a lure or bait rods. As we see, we just hit rank 240. We'll take that. Even though I've only started comps in February, I'm well experienced in this game. And I always offer up tips and marks and that sort of thing if you guys ever need them. And welcome to the stream, my man. Sorry, I got a little distracted there, Tattoo. I was trying to pull that in, as you could see. Now, it's been my experience here at these canals. If I catch a trophy there, I normally won't catch one here, so I'll come back at this later. At what level do you remember playing comps? If you can start earlier, Johnson, the better, but it kind of depends on if it's something you like fishing, I would pick one to start, that a lake that you're good at. Take a look at the what the criteria is there. Look through the rules. Also, if you look on my channel, Johnson, I've put up if it says Fishing Planet Live. If you're interested in that comp, look on my channel. Thank you, Dutch. I appreciate that. Look on my channel, and it'll show you a basic. And this is what I'm doing for this right here on Blaze the Maze. That's that way you have a general idea how these things go. It's real time, it's live, it's raw, it's me doing it with my own personal experience. You'll see that I make mistakes, and you can learn from those mistakes, as well as when I do something right, you learn from that. So that's what I'm putting those up there. To answer your question, I would start when you think you're comfortable, and if it's one that you think that you like, but do a little research on it first. Is it something you're good at? Is the rewards worth it? Look through on anything on YouTube, and I'm not just self-promoting anybody else that might have played in the comp. You can look at that as well. But mine are a little unique because I go through and show you firsthand kind of how things play out, as well as, again, look at your rewards. But I would start, I think that's one regret that I have to answer your question on this long-winded response, is I wish I would have played a little earlier, Johnson. I really do. I feel like now I'm having to play catch up, even though I know how to slay fish at pretty much every lake. Oh, you're welcome, Johnson, man. Like I said, it's been a learning experience for me as well. But yeah, you'll now, again, the goal is, even though I've caught a trophy, I need a big trophy. I need that 400 pounder, so I'm going to have to go around and try to find another big one, because the smaller ones aren't going to do me much good. Even though that's a nice common, again, it's going to be the biggest, the biggest shark up there, so I've seen these things. I caught a 427 pounder once in this thing, and I took 5th, so if that tells you anything. But this was usually a pretty fun one to play in, so I wanted to make sure I had this one up on the channel for you guys to kind of reference. And then again, if you guys can kind of see where I'm at, but again, I'm trying to keep this going, but I do share marks whenever you need it. I've caught 400 pounders over here. That's usually the money spot for me, but I do catch 400 pounders over here. I don't even know if I got one. There's one there. So it's just all in this little area here. You'll recognize it too, and you might fine tune those marks for yourself. Just look for those trees laying down. I will tell you, if you're using the Troy, don't let them get away from you. They will pull you all the way through there, that little gap between those two trees, and you're smoked. I would have to look. Wait till next time I pause here, Johnson, and I'll look and see how many registered. This is a pretty popular one, so I'm going to assume quite a bit. For which fish I do my first video. Hold on one second. Hold on, I'll try to do a two in one. For a second, Kinski, explain to me exactly what you meant by that. As far as people that registered in this, Johnson, let me look real quick for you. 75 people are in this right now. Or 75 people registered. Okay, now what I normally do, guys, I've caught 2 fish in a row. Oh yeah, no, no problem, man. I'm here to help you guys out, like I said. I don't mind. I'm just putting this up on my channel as a kind of as a, not really a guide, just kind of my personal experience through all these things and whatever I can share to help you guys. Like I said, I don't claim to be the best, but I'm good at giving you guys a basic template that you can build on from there if you haven't. And like I said, I posted a good majority of these up already. And then from there, I'll live stream. So if it says Road Warrior live stream comp grind, that's me just grinding comps out. But if I title it, that's me kind of giving you a narration through it as well, kind of on how things go. But I always give a little tips up. But again, I'm learning all these comps myself as well. So, but I think I'm narrowing down to, I'll have to look and see. But I'm wanting to say I got 7 or 10 more to post up. And then from there, I'll be putting, I got some guys wanting me to work on leveling guides and some other stuff. Eventually, when I get time to, I'll work on some of the other stuff. I'm not really a missions guy. I do have all my missions done. I might in the future do a few missions if somebody asks me to, or I can, give you my thoughts on them. But Bubbles Way is more of a missions guy than I would be. I do have all mine done, but I'm more of a grinder, ranker, power leveling guy, and now I'm converting myself into trying to play in some of these competitions. But again, my 364, I guarantee you will not hold. I'll be lucky to be top 20 with that by the time this thing plays out. So just a general rule of thumb in this. This is kind of a lucky one as well. You just got to hope that I can catch Trophy Shark, as you can see. But it's just going to be that good number hitting for me. I'm going to have one, as it looks right now, 428. But my guess is somebody will probably get one in the 430 to the 438 range is usually where they go. My English is not best, but which fish could I choose from? Oh, if you're wanting to make your first video and you wanted to... Yeah, I'm trying to... Dutch, are you still there, buddy? Can you help me understand what he's saying? I'm trying to figure it out myself. Do you mean that you're yourself are wanting to make a video, or you're wanting to choose a video of mine that you want to watch? Or are you trying to make a video of your own? And I feel bad because I'm sure you speak good German and you speak decent English, but I don't I feel bad that I only speak one language. Sometimes I really feel bad. I wish I knew more languages. I really do. Because I love people. I love people from all cultures, and that's one thing I love about this game is I like learning from different cultures. But if you mean like a comp or which fish you should go for, that's kind of depend on what you like fishing for. Again, as you can see, you guys can get hung up on these things too. Anybody watching this back in the future, I've caught a young and a common here. Oh, if you make a video about one fish and Fishing Planet, but I have no idea. Yeah, I'm gonna do the old bucks, and I'll put up a comp grind or something after that. Like I said, Worm, if you understand the concept of what I'm doing, I'll keep live streaming comps, but I want these separated or segregated out. That way, somebody like yourself, I haven't played in one, you can click on this video, fast forward through my nonsense rambling. If something's relevant that makes sense to you, whether it's a mark or where I'm fishing at, or kind of how the comp played out, or whether you even wanted to play in it. Maybe it sucked. Maybe you sit there and watch me catch 2 fish in 45 minutes, like on the what was it, the Huge Eyed. I fished in that thing, caught 1 fish in 45 minutes, bro. It was bad. So if it's one of those, you look there and say, damn, bro, that was horrible. I'm never playing in that. That's kind of why I did that as well. But yeah, I'm going to be putting up the old bucks next. But I've already put it on my channel, but I'm going to put it up as a comp grind, bro. And if you needed any little pointers on that one, there's a couple different ways you could do it if you haven't played in it. A little narrow spoon. It does have to be barbless tackle. Or you could use a barbless hook with like a large minnow, like on a number 1 or a number 2 on a float to set it shallow. Oh yeah, thanks Josh for reminding me. I did catch 1 asp. I got 1 eye and 1 asp. You're right, Josh. I had 2 fish. Yeah, that was one of my finer moments on my comp. This is just going to be a tiny one. So now I've caught 3 fish here, guys. This is a tough one to play out. I've caught 3 here. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I know, Josh. Thank you. That was a LOL Big Z on that one. I'm gonna since I've caught 3 here and this spot's active. It sounds dumb, but since I've thinned out the fish so much, you would think by the process of elimination, if there is a trophy here, I've gone through all of his blockers, so to speak. Maybe it's just me against this guy right now. So maybe there's a big one right here. And that's kind of my thought process now. I might strike out, might miss. Again, and you guys playing this back, you could see whether this is a mistake or not. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, I'm sorry, Kinski. I was having a trouble with the language barriers there, and you do great English in my opinion. If you asked me to count to 10 in German, I would look like a complete idiot. So that's awesome that you did that. Yeah, that's cool that you made that first video on the African pike. Yeah, that's a tough one to catch, man, especially if you're getting 4 unique. So definitely offer your knowledge up on that, man. And one thing cool about me too, Kinski, if you wanted to attach your little YouTube to my chat, I have no trouble with you doing that, buddy. Share your knowledge. As long as you're not spamming me, yeah, you can feel free to put that up on my channel. If somebody's struggling with African pike, I can refer them to you to your video. It's all about helping one another on this game. This game can drive a man crazy. And see, now I'm sitting there wondering myself, guys, I got 1 trophy on the board, but I need a big one. But you see my thought process here is I've caught 4 fish in this area. There's got to be one more. Oh, but on TikTok I will do this video. Okay, you haven't done it yet, but you're going to do it. Okay, yeah, I've heard some people are converting over to TikTok. I think Bubbles, I seen Bubbles the other day on TikTok playing Fishing Planet Live. I don't know if there's a difference, and I'm fine with the YouTube. But yeah, I can see some people are... I know Bubbles had went over and was trying to stream on... stream Fishing Planet on TikTok as well. Oh, you already have 3 videos? Okay. I'll give this a couple more minutes here, guys. If I don't get one, I'll rotate out. I can't tell if there's a stubborn trophy here or I'm just wasting my time. So it's frustrating. I've caught 4 shark here. I don't know if there's one more left, but I've caught up to 7 shark once in one spot. So and again, depending on how many marks you guys got for these things, you kind of keep rotating. Yeah. Kensky, if you could, if you know how to copy and paste it, you can paste it here on this channel. That way I can reference back to it, because it'll be hard for me to like keep track of what's going on without you putting it in the channel. Okay, you see what happened there, guys? That's the 5th shark at this spot. And unfortunately, I just got boned by the computer. Absolutely smacked around silly. Now it's going to be struggle, because I've played in these before. It's an absolute struggle to get your 3rd trophy shark. You can see what will happen to you in these things. The RNG guys were not with me. Both of my sharks were under 400 pounds. So that shark does pay the bills. You know, it pays my expenses. It's fun to catch, but I'm looking to win gear. That is not going to be a shark that won me any gear. Again, with that being said, I got this other spot right here. Since it's quick, I'll go ahead and hit it. But a lot of times I've noticed fishing for shark, whether it's lures, bait rods, that sort of thing, it's not that they overlap per se, because this is an entirely new spawn point. You got a spot here and a spot here, but just in past experience, on occasion I'll get a trophy there and a trophy here, but most of the time I don't. But I'm going to go ahead and try anyway since I'm already here. Just giving you advanced tips from a guy that's fished a lot. But what I can't teach you is how to beat RNG. In other words, I can't beat the lucky fairies, so to speak, or whoever hands out these numbers in these things, because they are not kind to me since I started playing in comps, that's for sure. But I have caught up to 3 trophies in this before. And one time I caught 3 trophies in this. I am not even making this up. I caught a 308, a 309, and a 311 trophy shark. Some other guy comes in, catches one that was 438 pounds in like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay. This is one, and I worked my butt off like I am now. But that's just the way it'll go in these comps. So try not to get overly frustrated. It's just the computer generating the numbers for you, I guess. So In other words, sometimes you just can't beat luck. Again, just a general rule of thumb. Oh, there we go. I was going to say 2-3 minutes tops. If you don't have a swirl like this, get the heck out and go somewhere else. This is probably just a small, but on occasion too, if you use this rod and reel setup, it will snap you off. It's possible that this one could snap me off as well. That's the tiniest could be. I'm going to go ahead and I do like to rotate baits a lot. Again, shrimp, blood, medium cut bait, meat chunk. That's my favorite four. You guys' own personal preference is up to you. If you're wondering why I don't use large minnows, something like that, even if 10-0 hook's too big, what you guys see I'm using a barbless 10, just a fun fact, all these islands have Orco, arowana, bass, piranha, that sort of thing. I don't want the interference. Not saying minnows, large minnows aren't a great bait for shark. I just don't want the extra fish. So if I try to isolate it down the best that I can. So, you know, shrimp, blood, meat chunk, large cut bait, huge cut bait. Large liver does fine, that sort of thing. And I am fishing at 27 inches deep, guys. You can go as shallow as 10 inches if you want. I do not recommend that you go over 30 inches deep, just because you could start picking up catfish and stuff. Obviously, there's Pariba and stuff over here, so you want to go shallow. Make the shark come up for it. That way you're not getting catfish hitting and stuff too. So I'm trying to isolate these out the best that I can. And as you can see, the QG guy up there, he's got himself a nice 439 pounder. Even though I've caught 2 bull shark, my net's approached to be full already. This one's not a quantity thing, it's a quality thing, so you need a big one. But nonetheless, this is one that I give this one a high mark, just because it's usually fairly fun, unless you have really bad luck or something crazy happens. Sometimes you play Emerald Predator Hunt. Yeah, that's a fun one. I actually put that up on my channel today, and my stream crashed halfway through, so I'm going to have to label it Emerald Predator Hunt Part 1 and 2, but I didn't put up a real good scoring or anything, but I did get my unique. That's definitely a fun one, I would agree, Kensky. That's a fun one to play in. Again, because this spot's active, I will sit it out a little bit. Like I said, you got an hour, but the funny thing is, like I said, I've never caught more than 3 in an hour time frame. And it's going to be a struggle for me to hit several spots to get that third. And again, if I get that next trophy and he's only 300 pounds, then there's no way for me to win. And if you look at that guy caught a 439 pounder. Guess what? They only max out at 440. So that guy's pretty much caught a match shark. So his score is going to be almost impossible to beat. Oh, that comp is in the evening. That's why. Yeah, see, that's the thing for me. I'm still waiting for some of them to cycle through, Kensky, because there's some of them that are never on. Like the triple trout I played in the other day, I posted it up. I'd never played in that. The bass challenge, because I'm usually at work, I posted that up a couple weeks ago. But there's several that are never on at the same time. Oh, Blaze the Maze is usually midnight for you? Yeah. That happens to me too, Kensky. Some of the ones that I wanted to play and put up on the channel that I haven't even played in off stream, they're just never on when I'm on. So I'm hoping with Fishing Planet doing away with the amateurs, more people will be able to play in the ones that they want to play. Oh, there it went. I knew that was going to happen. That does happen from time to time if that gets off away from you, just because you're using a really small line. But it's just a lost hook, no big deal. Now, the thing is, even though that's broke your hook off, it will still come back. But I'm going to go ahead and rotate around. That wasn't a huge fish anyway, I could tell, because if it was a huge fish, it would have come up out of the water fairly quick. I could fish here too. I will just give this just a minute or two. This is the #1 YouTube spot. I will share the mark if you need it, but I do got this mark honed in for you though. It's a 440 mark. if you guys needed that. There's a 440 mark if you ever need that. But for whatever reason in these comps, it usually doesn't do all that well for me. I'm going to switch to meat chunk as well. And that's why this one kind of, Josh is still here. We've been playing in that Bloody Threat, that Piranha comp. This is kind of the same three baits that I would love for the, if I had to switch. I normally use blood there, but meat chunk, shrimp, and blood I also like for piranha. That's why this one kind of reminds me of just a giant piranha comp almost. But again, I kind of wish they made this one where it was lures only, or made one of them where it was lures only, so you actually had to work a little hard for them. Again, for whatever reason, this one, this spot usually doesn't do me good in the comp, so I'm not going to give this one much time at all. Even though that's a great mark, for whatever reason, Big Brother, what's the other one? Don't Bully Me Shark, and Blaze the Maze. I hope I'm wrong this time, but most of the time this spot is dead for me almost every time I play in this thing, or any comp. But that is a solid mark if you're looking to come over and try to catch a few. But yeah, I'm not going to sit and wait that out. Again, if you find a spot where you're not getting a bite on blood, switch to shrimp. If you're not getting a bite on blood or shrimp, try cut bait, meat chunk. Both of those do work. Again, nothing wrong with minnows. I'm just trying to avoid the bass and stuff around the islands. Because you got peacock bass that are going to love it. You got speckled bass. Yeah, it is one of the easiest comps. It truly is. But it's fun. After this one's over, I'm going to end the stream so this saves, but then I'm going to restart the stream and put up a comp grind. I'll be playing in Old Bucks, and I'm also going to be playing in the, I think the Labio Twins as well. I put up a pretty good score in the Labio Twins last time, but we'll see what happens. But again, in this one, because my sharks are both so small, like I said, I'm looking for one that has to be in, that's looking at 428 now, or 429 to even have a chance to get top 3 and get any gear. So again, it's just going to be about luck catching the bigger one. And again, if you guys wanted to, you could try a Captain 14 hook or whatever you want and hope that somehow your hook made a fish bigger. But the mark I showed you, the 440, I always fish with the 10-0s. I never have trouble getting them in the 400s. But for whatever reason, I get in these comps, they just will not give me the good RNG to pick up that lucky fish. But nonetheless, I've given you a nice little base model that you can hop around and have a basic idea what to do in this thing. And again, you can pull that right back into place just by simply putting your trolling motor down. If it hits, just back off on your bill. Yeah, I get it, Josh. I haven't, dude. I've won an X Series carp leader. Other than that bass thing, I won in that big bass tournament. I did wear the X Series worm, but other than an X Series, I won two X Series hooks and an X Series carp leader. And now, for whatever reason, Weeping Willow seems broke. So Fishing Planet, what am I supposed to do with my X Series carp leader? But yeah, that's pretty much all I've won, Josh. And I want to say this thing gives away a, what is it, a swim bait? I have to look. I forgot to look at the rewards too, guys. In fact, give me 1 second. That makes a good point. I normally put that up on here. I forgot to look what the rewards were you guys. Hold on a second. We, alright, look at the Blaze the Maze. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to do. Yeah, it is a swim bait. You get a duo swim bait, an X Series Captain Hook 12 wouldn't be a bad idea, and the X Series Grub. A lot of people probably already have the narrow spin, but there are the rewards. And again, unless you get a really big shark, that lucky shark, you're not going to win any of this stuff. Nice. Nice. Nice, Kinski. Yeah. I don't know. Since this last update, and like I said, I'm not trying to sit and pick on Fishing Planet. I hope that it's just a mistake and they're not changing Willow, but for whatever reason, my mixes aren't working anymore. Sunny day, cloudy day, my night mixes aren't working, and the bite rate's slow, and the entire lake when I go in there is extremely laggy. So I don't know what's happened. I don't know if they're trying to change something or there's just a glitch since the update. So I'm trying to stay as patient as I can, but I hope that I hope they're not nerfing or doing something bizarre to the carp fishing there at Willow, because that'll be a shame if that's what they're doing. If you want to take something out of the game, Fishing Planet, take this Troy out of the game and make people fish without the Troy. Especially for shark and perch and everything else they're using this for. No, I appreciate. Yeah, it will. It will matter. Thank you. I need to dump my net. I'll dump a couple here in a second. It does matter because thank you for telling me that. Now, like an adult bully me shark and Big Brother, it's a total catch thing, so you don't have to sort your net. But good point. Also, guys, just anybody that tunes into this later to try to get a little tutorial on this, he made the point of, in other words, I don't want to accidentally show my shark away because it's the biggest fish or this biggest, the difference between your heaviest and your smallest. So in this case, I would want to go to my fish keeper. Don't throw out my small one because that's my small one, but just to make sure you don't make an arrow, as dumb as this sounds, just in case I catch a big one, I want to be under that so I don't hit the wrong button. So I'm going to go ahead and dump a couple of these out. That way my net's not full. Thank you for that, Tinker. I'll give this a couple more minutes here and see if I can pick up anything. And the cool part is I do got a couple friends up there on the list. Zena's in second, and my other friend Beavers is up there, so they're having some good luck. At least they got one in the 400s. I got several other spots I can hit this. I'm going to give this about 30 more seconds. If I don't get a bite here soon, I got to move. Oh, what's up, D? We were just talking about you, bro. Your ears must have been burning. Oh, yeah, you can do the method. That's cool, Kinski. Oh, not much, D. We got a couple trophy bull sharks, but you know the deal. We can't get no RNG, bro. Can't. They won't give us one in 400. I'm doing all right. I got 2 trophies, but they're both undersized. I had a 348 and a 364. So, and as you can see, the guy at the top there's got a 439. So, unless I can pull off a 440, bro, I'm toast. Or if I could get a 430, but I don't know if I want to walk. Not if I got lucky enough, I don't really want to knock my buddy Beavers out down there because I know he's been grinding these comps too. But I'm going to go ahead and rotate out of here, guys. I'll show you another spot. I got so many spots, there's a lot of people don't even know about the spots I have. There's Trophy Bull Shark right here, too, believe it or not. Yeah, it's RNG, bro. It's all good, D. I'm just putting these up for fun and just kind of a little walk along, but Yeah, there's trophy bull shark right here too, guys. I found these lure fishing, believe it or not. But just look for that stick if you ever need to. They're all through here. You can catch them here, all the way over to there. A lot of people don't know about this spot, but money spot's usually right there. Don't mean it's going to be active now, but money spot's right there. That was my reminder. I got chores I got to do for the wife later. So after this 19 minutes, I'm going to stop the stream real quick, and I'm going to put up a comp grind stream. And D, we were wondering when you were going to stream next. We were wondering where you were. I was just telling my chat how much I enjoyed watching your streams, bro. Okay, I lied. There's nothing but piranha over here. There's no shark. No, there's shark here. That just ain't gonna give me any. I'll keep pulling it back up here and see if I can get something. Told you there's shark here, guys. Don't mean he's gonna be a big one though. He's probably gonna be a tiny one. He might break my line off too. This one might get away from me, boys. Nope, he didn't. Again, since the spot's active, that's a nice common. I'm actually gonna release this one just so I don't have weight issues in my net and throw the wrong fish away. So I actually just threw that away because it's not worth anything anyway. Now, if you're hard up on money, obviously sort through your net and throw a small one away, but I don't need the money. Again, at the end of the comp, it's your biggest weight difference between. So don't get in a situation where you accidentally release the wrong fish. I got a friend on my friends list. I won't name his name, but we were in a bass final and he accidentally threw a uni away, sorting his net. I won't name names, Josh. Oh, sorry, buddy. I did the same thing in a qualifier too. I threw away a uni in a qualifier in a comp on here on accident. That was a nice uni you threw away too. That hurt. I didn't mean to bring up a bad subject, but I could see. I'm glad Tinker said something because I could see myself getting that one lucky 440 pounder and then I accidentally release it. Again, I'll give this spot a little longer just because it was active. And I don't think that's a big one either, but maybe. Normally you'll see their fin if it's a big one. Again, I'm dumping him because he's no good. Need a 400 pounder. Again, you can drag that right through there and get a bite, and if you get a bite, just let down on that bail. That's why I got that arrow down on that reel. Using my trolling motor to get him where I want it. And you guys tuning in, playing here on the Blaze the Maze. I got caught two trophy bull shark, but I just can't get one in the 400s to try to put myself up in position. But unfortunately, since there's a 438 caught, a 439, a guy needs a 440, and that's like trying to catch a 451 pound perch when somebody's got a 449 and a 450. If any of you guys play the Congo, that's what yours truly is up against here. I not only need good RNG, I need an impossible RNG right at this moment. I only got 13 minutes to do it. I'll give this spot another minute or so, and I got a bail. But this is a good spot if you guys did not have this one. A decent spot to rotate to. A few more seconds here. If I can't have one hit, I'm going to have to bail. Time's a ticking. Oh no, I think I might be a little too far away from him. I can't tell if he's big either. I don't think that he is. Nope, just a little tiny one. I've caught piranha bigger. That spot's active. It might be a mistake leaving it, but it's not producing a big one, so I gotta make money moves, right? Alright, I'm actually going to switch to large cut bait, huge cut bait, and just see if there's a big fatty over here waiting for me. This spot's also on YouTube. I would assume everybody knows this spot. Just between those two islands. One of the more common areas. Oh, Josh. Josh just got boned. Poor Josh there. My buddy Gen X Josh just got a 297. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm getting bad RNG, but not that bad, bro. That's a bad one. You got a trophy nonetheless, but that's just bad RNG, Josh. Ain't nothing you did wrong there, buddy. How was that for RNG, Josh? Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm laughing with you, not at you. Oh, you know the deal in these comps, bro. You've been playing them longer than me. You know how these things are. They cruel. Oh, is that your first trophy in the comp? At least you got a trophy then, bud. My thing is, I usually get plenty of them, but I don't get the. I know I normally get 2 or 3. I've never caught 4, but they never give me one in 400s. It don't matter what I do. Almost never. One time I got one was 427, and some other guy came in and was in there 10 seconds and caught like a 438. I'm like, okay, well that was cool. This one might break me off, boys. Let him get away from me, and it's a small one too. And I might even cut the line just to save myself the time. There we go. Which is all good. In other words, I don't care about the hook. I care more about the time. Spot's active even though I've been bit off. I'm sticking with it. Unfortunately, I got 3 or 4 other more spots that I want to hit, but I got a money spot I'll go to if something don't happen there in a second. Again, and you guys fish for these enough. The majority of time, if you see a shark come up and you see a big fin, you know instantly it's a trophy. That's how I knew that was not a big one. You can literally see the big trophies. You see a big fin sticking up, good chance it's either a trophy or a big common. All right, D bro. Hey, thanks for stopping by the stream, my man. Good luck. I'll be stopping by your stream next time you're on, man. I'll be looking for it. Thanks for stopping by. I think we do got a trophy though here. We do got a trophy. Hope it don't get away from me. It might get away from me. It's behind me. This is definitely a bigger one. Alright guys, there ain't nothing a guy could do. If you see, I've smacked out 3 trophies for y'all. Unfortunately, I'm getting smacked around by the RNG gods. They do not like me on this game. But that is another trophy. I should throw him back in. I really should. But that's my luck, guys. I'll go ahead and dump something else in the event I get one more trophy. But I've never got four trophies in this thing, but I'm going to go ahead and dump one. Josh said, I'll take it. If I could give it to you, I would, Josh. You did get a tough luck there at the 297 mark. Well, look at poor Beavers. Beavers caught a 434, and he's not even going to place. But again, I've seen this before. One time, a guy in my lobby caught a 440 and a 439, Josh. He had a 440 and a 439. He could have won the thing twice in one call. In other words, his two sharks he could have took first and second with. No, no. Oh, you know what? No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. I think it was Putsky or something was his name. It wasn't Pugly. It might have been Putsky or... He just had some sick RNG in that one. Again, I'm dumping that in the event that I catch something nice. Again, this spot's on YouTube, guys. I'm sure you recognize this, but you can catch them from either side. Now, there is catfish over here, too. I pulled a big Parib out here before on accident, so let that be known. There is big Pariba right here as well. And again, the odds that they let me catch another huge one, but I'm going to go to my spot that I like better. And I'm actually going to, it's the one I skipped down by the canals. I'm going to spawn here to save myself time. I'm not going to drive all the way through the canals and wreck my boat. I'm just going to do that real quick. Hop in this boat. Now, I caught my trophy at that first spot. And if you guys remember, it's been here the whole time. Since I've caught 2 other trophies somewhere else, I caught my first trophy right here at the first canal. I'm actually saved this spot, and I tried to time myself so I had 6-7 minutes. Caught my first trophy there, and I skipped past this spot down here if you remember. So I'm saving this, hoping the RNG guys will help me out on this last spot. If they don't, I gave her a good run anyway. I did put up some good marks that you probably didn't have, as well as a basic idea what to do in this thing. Again, I hope when you guys come play this at some point, or some guy watches this and he comes in and he gets a nice 435, 440 pounder off of one of my marks, or kind of the concept of what I was doing. But you can see what you're up against. Oh my God. Look at Rafa. Rafa pulled off the 440 and knocked him down to second. That's how brutal this is. 440, a 439, and a 438 if you guys are following along. The max is a 440. That's the biggest shark you can get. You got a 439, a 438, and Rafa comes back and smacks him down. Good one, Rafa, bro. Rafa's a sub. Rafa's smacking stuff around. Oh, and then he went and got his tiny. Oh, he's looking for a tinier one, too. Oh, look at Rafa. He's fine-tuning. He's got the 440 for the gap. Rafa's a stud. Go on, Rafa. I love it. He just smacked people around. He just made them all look silly. That was good. See how I come in with the .33 spotted a Recco? All right, man. We'll see you, Kinski. Sorry for getting so loud, buddy. That was just funny to look up and see you caught a 440. Actually, I might have got another trophy, guys. I don't know how big it is. It might have been a small one. Might just be a common. Ah, just a small one. Boy, he was acting like he was something special. Did you see how he was hovering up above the water? I thought I had something nice there. Yeah, thank you for stopping by the stream, Kinski. Like I said, if you want to paste that TikTok or whatever, I can take a look for you if you need another subscriber or something, buddy. Just leave it on my channel. You can post it there in the chat if you know how, buddy. Are you seeing what I'm seeing, Dutch? Like I said, you can't beat that RNG, man. I popped off 3. I put together a good run. It should have been entertaining for you guys at least. But yeah, that's what I've played in this one several times now. But look at the sharks that are handed out. But it's almost like you're sitting at the poker table. Me and Josh was talking about this, Dutch, and these comps. And it's like sometimes you go into these things and you're dealt the deuce 7 off deuce, or the off deuce 2-7 off suited, and everybody else is playing with pocket kings and queens and aces. Except you can't bluff the fish, In other words, it's just all RNG. It's like being at the poker table. Whatever cards you get dealt numbers wise, that's what you got to play. But after this one here ends, I'm gonna take just a quick 5-minute break, and I'll put up a nice comp, another comp grind. Yeah, the 440 is insane. Well, see what he did is he followed up that with the .33. He followed it up with the .33 small. King Rafa did, so he could get that even 4-4 score. That's pretty much. He's pretty much got a perfect score. That's funny, Rafa. That was actually comical. And again, any of you guys watching this back, this is also something that I think, they kind of need to start paying the top 5 or so X Series gear, or separate the experienced players out until you've won a certain amount of pedestals or prizes, because this is a lucky comp. But however, the guys that are more experienced, the fun factor, I rate this one as a 5, fun factor wise. Now, for you obtaining a lure or something in this, it's probably going to be somewhat difficult, because that's kind of what's going to happen. But you still could get that one lucky fish, so I don't want to discourage you from playing it. It is one that it's highly popular, and it's a fun comp. I think I might miss this one. This one's glitching out or something. What is going on? Is my bell down? I don't even think we're going to get this one in. That one got away from me, guys. Oh, considering you're a poker dealer, you know what the old 2-7 offsuit is. That's what I feel like, Tinker, when I get in some of these. I'm like, really? That's cool. You can't even give me Jack 10 suited or 5-8 suited. I'll take the suited combo or suited connector at the bottom, the nice 4 or 5 of clubs. I'll be fine with that, but don't deal me the 2-7 over and over. Good grief. But, yeah, we ain't even going to get this in. This isn't anything special anyway. I can tell by the way it's fighting. I should probably break this off, but that'll be my 3rd hook. And at this point, I know I'm not going to get dealt a 440, or I'm not getting pocket aces here, so there's no redeal on this one. Ah, I should have kept that and kept my $17,000, whatever the heck that was, right? Okay, this will have to be a quick scoop and score if I get this. I'll try to entice a bite as quick as I can. I don't think it's going to happen, though. Alright, guys, I don't know how many shark I caught. I did put up nice three trophy shark, but again, I can't help what the diller deals me. I think Tinker was dealing this one. He's frustrated. he's a disgruntled poker dealer, and he's giving me the old. There's a guy at the waterfall using the Troy method. Hey, I appreciate it, Johnson. He's using the Troy on the. See, that's the thing. Like I said, I don't want to sit and pick on Fishing Planet because I do love the game. Except Deuces Wild turning it into old card room. That's funny. Yeah, Deuces Wild. I remember old Deuces Wild. But that's insane. But you guys see what I'm saying. I hope they haven't nerfed something like oversized fishing and then left this Troy in the game. And my point example of Fishing Planet, I know you saw like I'm railing on you, but if you ever watch this clip back and one of the developers happen to listen to me talk right now, get rid of the Troy. You got people murking perch and stuff, taking advantage of exploiting your game. Not to mention if they're doing this in Meaty Fellas and these comps. At least on this one, yes, I'm using it, but so is everybody else. It's not like in Meaty Fellas where there's guy one pumping, chumping the combo over there with the Troy. The Troy needs to go. You know, the Troy does need to go. That's not good for the game itself. So I have no trouble playing this game, coming in here and fishing with a lure, but the Troy needs to go. But anyway, enough to ramble on that. But you guys see that the upcoming schedule, I'm going to play in both of these. I'm going to take a quick 20-minute break. I'll be back and I'll put these up. I think this starts here in about 51 minutes. I'll get set up for that and I'll put up a comp grind and I'll go through both of these here for you guys as well. I put them on the channel before, but I'm just going to put it up as a comp grind now. Anyway, thank all you guys for tuning in and we'll see you soon.